The popular Matatu mode owned by George Ruto has been involved in an accident in Eldoret. The popular Matatu that was acquired and paid at a cost of 14 million has just arrived in Eldoret when the accident happened. Reports indicated that Mode was in Eldoret for a widely publicized homecoming at Mailitisa Park and Chill. A 14-seater Matatu is reported to have rammed it from behind on that morning shortly after it made its way to the city. Fortunately, no casualties were reported in the accident. The Matatu was launched in July when George expanded his fleet in the Matatu industry and captured his love for the Matatu culture. He revolutionized the industry, splashing millions to give passengers an experience that only Mode can offer. It features a custom number plate approved by the National Transport and Safety Authority. Passengers also get to enjoy custom bucket seats, totaling 26, with each seat having a cup holder and charging port. It is fully air-conditioned with a backup power solar system that ensures continued lighting and entertainment in the vehicle, even in the event of power interruptions. The inclusion of DJ decks right in the cockpit ensures entertainment never stops all through the commute, with music blooming out of the powerful sound systems installed in the Matatu. When you hear the name George Ruto, many people quickly connect it to one of the most influential families in Kenya today. George, the son of President William Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto, has often managed to keep a relatively low profile compared to his siblings. Yet beneath his quiet and private persona lies a fascinating story. A story of a young man who, instead of following the expected political path of basking in privilege, decided to venture into one of Kenya's most unique and vibrant industries, the Matatu business. George Ruto grew up in a family where public life was almost unavoidable, being the son of a man who rose from humble beginnings, famously selling chickens by the roadside, to becoming deputy president and later the head of state. George's upbringing was grounded into two things: education and resilience. Unlike his elder brother Nick Ruto, who has taken a more public role in politics, George chose a quieter path, but those who know him say he inherited his father's entrepreneurial drive. Instead of walking into politics or high-profile business deals, George kept his feet firmly on the ground, quiet literally in the Matatu sector. George Ruto made headlines when it was revealed that he had invested in Matatus that ply routes within Nairobi and its environments. His involvement was surprising to many. After all, how often do you hear of children of the political elite joining what many perceive as rough, chaotic, and sometimes lawless sector? But that is the uniqueness of his story. For George, the Matatu business was not just about money, it was about understanding the Kenyan hustle, connecting with ordinary citizens, and experiencing firsthand what it means to run a grassroots business. The Matatus linked to George Ruto operate on busy city roads. Some reports point to Nairobi's Ongata Rongai and city center roads, which are famously lucrative but also competitive. Here, Matatus are not just vehicles, they are moving billboards of art and innovation. Running a Matatu business is not for the faint-hearted. For George, it involved significant capital investment to acquire vehicles, licenses, insurance, and branding. A single Matatu can cost between 2 to 5 million Kenyan shillings depending on customization. The George fleet is said to be modern, fitted with flashy designed, high-quality sound systems and digital payment options. By positioning these Matatus as part of the new generation of public service vehicles, George tapped into a growing demand for stylish, reliable, and tech-enabled transport. This positioned his vehicles as not just commuter options but experiences. His choice to invest here also revealed a deeper message that the Matatu industry, often stigmatized as disorderly, can be professionalized and modernized. But of course, it hasn't been smooth sailing. The Matatu industry in Kenya is known for its challenges, from harassment by county askaris and traffic police to cartels that control stages, routes, and even revenue collection. George's Matatus were not spared. There were reports of some of his vehicles clashing with rogue operators and being impounded during crackdowns. And though his family name carries weight, insiders say George was determined not to rely on privilege to shield his operations. Instead, he insisted that his investments should stand on its own merit. There is also the challenge of managing crews, drivers, and conductors, who are the heartbeat of the business but also the most unpredictable. Late reporting, revenue leakages, or conflicts with passengers are common. George, like any other investor in the sector, has had to navigate his human element of business carefully. George's entry into the Matatu sector also shines a spotlight on the industry itself. It shows that with proper investment, structure, and modernization, the Matatu sector can be elevated from informality to professionalism.